Yo, what is up, guys? Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day on this Wednesday night. So obviously the good news coming in. Finally, like we have somebody that's not retained, that's literally dead water to this fucking coaching staff and this franchise. The chat should be popping up. Give me 1 second. Should be popping up in a second. I don't know. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's weird. Okay. So we're good. All right. So yeah, Kevin Patulo is gone, which is great. So I was hoping to God that they weren't going to just, I don't know what they were going to do with him so late in the process. I mean, even getting kicked out of the playoffs, the Eagles had, we were one and done in the playoffs, and we had all this time to get rid of Kevin Patullo. I don't know why we waited like so fucking late. I mean, Patullo really wasn't still on the staff. I mean, they didn't technically fire him, but they just like relieved him of his duties. And I figured before they hired their offensive coordinator, they were just going to stick him somewhere, or maybe put him back as the passing game coordinator. That's what I pretty much thought. But actually, like, he's officially gone now, which is awesome, which is really starting to show me that Mannion has a lot of fucking control over what we're doing. A lot of control. He does. I think he really does. Here, let me, it's better. So it says the Dolphins are hiring Kevin Patulo as their pass game coordinator. The Eagles retained Patulo after making a change at OC, but gave him the opportunity to search. Gave it a search for another gig. He heads to Miami to join Jeff Hafley's coaching staff alongside OC Bobby Slowick, and they can all fuck off. Where was it? All right, yeah. Patulo spoke to multiple teams about assistant roles. He's been a trusted assistant for Nick Sirianni, who has helped him with some of his head coaching responsibilities during the week and on game day the last 5 years. We'll do the same for the new Dolphins head coach, Jeff Hafley. Well, good fucking luck to the Miami Dolphins. Good luck. All I got to say. I don't get how a guy is a passing game coordinator for 5 years, but doesn't know a fucking concept for wide receivers, doesn't know how to get them open, leads the league in hitch routes, plays it safe, plays conservative. I don't get even... We never even saw like a next level of this passing game, even with Patulo. For I don't get it. I don't get it. So sharing responsibilities, I mean, obviously I'm not surprised over that. I mean, they took the run game coordinator label off of Jeff Stoutland. They took over the run concept, so they pretty much took Jeff Stoutland's second job away from him. So that's why we couldn't run the fucking ball. That's why we couldn't pass the damn ball. That's why we didn't run motion, hitch routes, playing it safe, you name it. That's where we've been at. So this is a Sean Mannion type move. I mean, this is Mannion's fucking fingerprints all over this shit. It is. He's hiring his own I swear to God, like, every time Nick makes a decision, I feel like it's a bad decision. Okay, like, retaining Aaron Moorhead... I mean, you know, does anybody like Aaron Moorhead? I don't know. I kind of want to change that wide receiver coach, but he kept him. Michael Clay. Why the fuck are we keeping this special teams coordinator? Okay, the number one thing I hate what Michael Clay does, I think he's the only fucking person that does it around the league. Why is he putting a running back at returner? And those are the types of guys I can't stand. They never put any former wide receivers with some speed, some good vision. Like, they put a fucking running back at that kick return spot. I don't even get that. It makes no sense to me. I'm really confused, honestly. And Jamal Singleton is retained at the running back coach position. Okay. The problem I have with Jamal Singleton right now, and I don't know if this is true or not, because Deuce Staley used to do this when he was with us, is every time Saquon Barkley was hurt or he came out of the game and then they put Tank Bigsby in, not to mention you wasted 2 picks on him, and then every time Tank Bigsby would roll into a game, he would be very fucking Just, I mean, he would be so. Tank Bigsby would be a monster out there. Okay, productive as hell. Um, isn't it Jamal Singleton's job that he puts in whatever backs for specific plays? I mean, that's kind of where I'm a little confused when it comes to Jamal Singleton. Like a lot of Barkley, which is fine, but then every time you have a second back that gives you an opportunity to at least give Saquon a rest or can get you those tough yards because Tank Bigsby is a completely different runner. But let's throw in Will Shipley. The defense, knowing that we're going to pass on that down because Will Shipley's in the game, they're certainly not giving the ball to him unless they're like 3rd and 18, 3rd and 23, 3rd and 25. Then they're going to hand the ball off to Will Shipley. 100%. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. So let me say hi to everybody in the chat since I got that off my chest. And I want to know from you guys, how do you feel about Kevin Patullo being officially gone from this franchise? Not even involved, not even in the mix, not even around the facility. Let me know what you guys think. We got Husky in the building. We got Chris Colbert, what's going on, buddy? We got Master Kush, what's going on, buddy? Jeremy, what's going on? Sinister, what's going on, buddy? Philly 416, take Nick with you. Yeah, nobody's happy with Nick at all. Like I feel like they're like, Nick, for being such a good sport, we're gonna let you retain like 3 coaches, any of your choosing. Like they're making him look like he's actually doing something. Like I don't know. It's pretty fucking sad, honestly. Pretty sad. Jeremy J, what's going on, buddy? Say, I don't know if we need to change the receiver coach. The problem isn't the receivers or how they play. Brown had one bad game since he's been here, so I won't count that. No, I won't either. I mean, the Eagles had the decision to get a new wide receiver coach that they wanted. You know what I mean? So that wasn't too bad, Jerry says, I really think Bigsby will fit the scheme better, not saying he's a better back. I mean, if you're going to run like a West Coast type offense, under the McVay tree, Green Bay's done some of that. I would love a double back set. We've done that a few times this year, and it really hasn't been enriched in any great creativeness when it comes to play calling. Daiquiri, what's going on? So the Eagles aren't going to win the Super Bowl every year until the end of time. Too bad we can't get rid of Hurts because he stinks. Well, hey, if you don't like Hurts, then it is what it is. But don't watch the Eagles then. It's that simple. Jerry says, we aren't there yet, but if this offense looks better with Hurts, can you imagine a QB whose skill set actually matches the scheme? Well, the number one thing right now is you need a coordinator to keep this fucking quarterback stable. This coordinator needs to enrich Hurts into the good things that he does in this offense, incorporate that into Mannion's scheme, and that's been the biggest fucking problem. I mean, it doesn't matter what we look on paper. It doesn't matter at all. Offensively, you should be a really good offense next year. Besides from a couple changes, maybe the offensive line, we need to see what happens there with Dickerson. And we're hearing that Lane Johnson is returning, which is really good. So very happy with that. What's going on, DB? What's going on, buddy? So we'll see. What's going on, Army? What's going on, Troy? How you guys doing? Will B says, the only offensive move I don't like is getting rid of Stoutland, but they want a new running scheme. Got to accept it. Yeah. And I'm not really a big fan of this offensive line coach. He's been with the Vikings for 4 years. The Vikings have had a lot of issues with protection. You saw what happened to Carson Wentz last year. You seen what happened to fucking J.J. McCarthy. The guy just can't stay healthy. And letting go of Sam Darnold has been probably their biggest mistake. By the way, both those quarterbacks in the Super Bowl, fucking trash. Okay, it's so funny how Hurts gets all of the hate. I mean, what Hurts has done in 2 Super Bowls statistically has been crazy, especially where Saquon was literally shut down, sold out for Saquon Barkley because they wanted to fucking stop him, and they relied on Jalen Hurts to pass with his arm. And both those quarterbacks, I mean, the Patriots shouldn't even been in the fucking Super Bowl. Denver should have been in the fucking. Denver should have won the whole fucking thing. Should have won the whole thing. Unfortunately, with what's his face getting hurt, backup quarterback coming in. Those two quarterbacks were not ready for the fucking. They were not ready for the big stage. They were both fucking god awful. Yeah, Kenneth Walker. Yeah, player of the game, no doubt, MVP. We all know that. So kind of nuts. Sorry, had to get that off my chest. Chris says, finally, the poison is out of the building and can never again influence this playbook. Yeah. We only have one poison left. and that's our head coach, unfortunately. Talking with T.Y. says, Eagles should go defense again one more time since we don't got Stoutland no more. We are resigning Goddard because if he leaves for some reason, we get $20 million in dead cap. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that one more time. I think they're going to draft more offense, and not saying the whole entire draft is going to be offense, but I think most of the draft will be offense. And defensively, we have to start locking up some key guys. Okay. Now, the big question is, I'm hearing rumors that potentially Jalen Phillips could be the priority signing, because I don't even know if I trust Nolan Smith coming into this year and Jalix Hunt. Jalix Hunt's great, but only plays really good in a deep rotation. Every time it's not a deep rotation, Jalix Hunt starts, I don't know, just doesn't play well. Deep rotation, Jalix Hunt, he starts to thrive. You know what I mean? I don't see us re-signing Nolan Smith after this year. Jalen Phillips will be the priority signing from what I'm hearing. I don't know. It's rumor right now. I could see he might take less money to come to Philadelphia. The Eagles will take care of him, obviously, but he'll take less money to come to Philadelphia. Because the Eagles, they only have 2 edge rushers signed. I mean, that's it. I mean, you have no Uche, you have no Graham. You're fucking light on edge rushers right now. There's nobody else. So Goddard, I don't know what they're going to do. They have a new tight ends coach now. That's a run game coordinator. And I don't know what his look is on the tight end position. Goddard's going to get a massive. I would like to sign him to a 1-year deal, at least for one more year, but they need to draft a tight end. There's actually some really good tight ends in this draft this year. So I could see them drafting one. Even if Goddard is here, they'll definitely draft one. They'll definitely draft one on day 2, most likely. So we'll see. Jeremiah says, no doubt they're going to play in Jalen's skill set with this scheme, but I think they're playing for what the future looks like without Hurts. Yeah, potentially. I mean, potentially, when his contract is up in 28, 29, I forgot when his contract is up. And within a couple years, if the Eagles do some good things under Sean Mannion, I mean, you got to fire Nick Sirianni at some point. I mean, if we're doing so fucking well where there's going to be another team out there that's going to take Sean Mannion away from us, they better make him the head coach in a couple years. That's all I got to say. Because if it's looking too good and we're having a great time and offensively they're just having fun and it's they're demolishing fucking teams week by week, it's you gotta do something. You gotta do something. So let's see. Nolan Smith is shot. I don't think he's shot. I just don't think he's living up to what he was supposed to be when we drafted him. That's all. I think he's a solid player, but I don't think he's he's not no Nick Bosa. He's not an Aiden Hutchinson. He's nothing special like that. James Kenobi says, I think round 1, round 2 will get a DB in it. Yeah, I mean, they need a fucking CB2. I mean, they desperately need a CB2. Bad. Linebacker, they're fine. Whether they re-sign Dean or not, I think they're still good at linebacker because Jahad Campbell needs to play. And I think Fangio really likes Jeremiah Trotter Jr. a lot. So, and Small Munden, I don't think he'll ever really get a shot at linebacker, but he's a good special teamer. So, linebacker's pretty damn good. Linebacker's pretty good right now. Loads of, hey, Joey, KP is gone. Thank God. Yeah, true that, bro. I was shocked. I was sitting here actually editing my video for tomorrow, so I kind of had to put that segment into the beginning of the video I originally recorded. So I was a little surprised today. Jerry says, have to get rid of Nick. How can we justify keeping a head coach that doesn't contribute to the offense or defense, especially if the offense is dominant. We can't afford to let him walk out the building. Yeah, no, that's definitely. Let me tell you something. If Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman the next couple of years they let Mannion walk and we have to find another coordinator again, this is the opportunity now. If Mannion does good the next couple of years, you're finally going to have play calling in house. And we won't even care what coordinator is hired. It doesn't even matter. Coordinators help with game planning as long as the head coach has the the play calling in-house. That's all we need. And we've seen Nick have control of this defense. We talk about Nick Sirianni in control. We've seen him. This is the third time they've hired an inexperienced fucking coordinator. Third time. I'm hoping this doesn't go back to Brian Johnson. This doesn't go back to Kevin Patulo and how bad it was this past year, So now the pressure is off. The Eagles aren't defending Super Bowl champions anymore. Like now we hit the reset button and we kind of get back to what we're good at. So, I wonder if the Dolphins will actually be better with KP as passing game corner. That worries me. Why? They have no fucking quarterback. I mean, the Miami Dolphins are almost as cursed as the fucking Jets. Like they can never just get out of their own fucking way with what they do. Did you hear what that coach said? That new Dolphins head coach. You know what he said? He's like, we'll draft 3 quarterbacks or 4 quarterbacks if we have to. Like they're that fucking franchise is a joke. But Christian Elizabeth says, "Hey Joey, are you and 500 doing the draft videos again this year?" There has been talks as of the last few days. I have no update yet. I'm not going to say anything yet, at least for shakedowns or anything. I don't know what's going on. Things are in the air, but things aren't. Things are looking towards in the right direction. So that's all I'm really going to say on it. So that's where I'm at. So it's TY69 hot take. If we don't win the Super Bowl this year, Sirianni gone and Mannion going to become the head coach. That's why we brought in all these new staff members. Yeah, potentially. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let's see. Jeremiah says, "I can't believe this upcoming year 3 of Q and Coop. They both single-handedly changed our defensive backfield. I'm rooting to get a DB opposite of Q or maybe get Rodgers from the Vikings." Yeah, but I don't know. He's on what was he? What is Rodgers? What is his contract? 3 years? Was a 2-year deal? He didn't even play well last year. He had a couple of good games, and there was a lot more wrong with that defense last year. It's not his fault, but I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind to bring him in if that's the case. They want to throw a bandage on it. Same thing with safety, because safeties are really, really thin position. I don't know if I trust Makuba going to year 2 off of a broken fibula. He'll be back in time for OTAs and training camp since he had an early injury mid-season. But Makuba played good early in the season, and there was some back end communication wasn't great between Blankenship and being next to a rookie. I thought he played better later on, but I don't want Sidney Brown touching that position. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if the Eagles are going to re-sign Reed Blankenship. That's going to be a whole nother thing. I don't know what's going to happen there. I wish I had the answers for it, but between Nakobe Dean and I feel like our defense is way better. I rather from a standpoint of which player between Reed and Dean, really transformed the defense. I would probably have to say it's Nakobe Dean. But it sucks because. What do you do with fucking John Campbell? They're going to waste him. If he doesn't play this year, that draft that we had last year is going to look like fucking garbage. It's going to look horrible. Horrible. Okay, Makuba looks like shit right now. He got hurt, but Makuba didn't look great. Hopefully he'll look better. Campbell's not looking like a great pick. Not his fault, but they're not fucking playing him. So that's where I'm kind of at with the situation. Jarvis says, if AJ leaves, do you think we need to bring in another big body that could win one-on-one matchups similar to AJ, or do you think we bring in somebody that fits the ski board? We have Smitty. Well, from what AJ Brown was like when he had his podcast with Micah Parsons and kind of talking about everything, it didn't seem like he's on the way. It didn't seem like he was talking as if he was getting cut. If he wanted to leave with a bang and just go somewhere, then maybe he would have done that. I'm not really getting the sense that he's leaving the Philadelphia Eagles as of right now. I mean, he's embracing the changes that are going on with the offense. You got to look out for some of the free agents that are out there, especially in connections to Sean Mannion. And I think one that is out there that I talked about, okay, the free agent wide receiver from Green Bay, okay, that potentially maybe you'll sign him. I mean, the last thing we should be signing is another receiver. And I'm not saying I don't even know if he's going to be big money, you know? Who's the receiver from Green Bay that's a free agent? He led Green Bay in receiving yards this year. Someone help me out. I totally fucking his name just slipped. Romeo Doubs. Perfect. Yes. Romeo Doubs is a free agent. He would be nice because he's not just Romeo Doubs is not just a twitchy, he's not just like all speed and good route running, and that's it. He's got good hands, got a nice, he's 6'1", 6'2", big upper body. I wouldn't even mind a guy like that. You know what I mean? If he was, I don't know if he's going to be expensive, I'm not sure. He had over I think he had over 700 yards last year with a couple, 6 touchdowns. I forgot how many touchdowns he had, but he's got playoff experience. He's been in 4 playoff games. You know what I mean? So he's got some size to him. I wouldn't even mind him, to be honest. But I don't know if the Eagles are up to signing another wide receiver, to a 2-year deal or something like that, to play with this core of players. That's with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith in the lineup as of right now. I don't know. Without A.J., would you sign Romeo Doubs? And then obviously Devontae Smith will be the primary, number one guy in Philly. I guess we'll see. But I'm telling you right now, if they trade A.J. Brown, they got to. And look, if they can't get a first-round pick for him, and this would be the perfect time to trade him, you got to get a day 2 pick. You got to get a second-round pick. I feel the Eagles need to draft 2 in the first round. We need 2 selections in the first round of the draft. So the Eagles will have a couple thirds. The Eagles will, they're going to have some ammo. And if they trade A.J. Brown, pre-June, it's going to be a shit ton of dead cap, 6th highest in NFL history. I don't know if they're going to go through that, or 16 to 23 in dead cap post-June, but we need picks for this draft. We need something for right now. So if we want to make a post-June trade for AJ, take the 16 to 23 in dead cap, I want a player in return. I want a pick for the future. If we can't get a pick for this year, maybe we get a mid-rounder and then a second-rounder next year. Okay, then give us a fucking player. Give us a player in return, a player right now that's still on his rookie deal. Just give us a player. Make sure you trade AJ to the AFC. Don't keep him in the NFC. So, I mean, Dotson would probably be really cheap to. He would probably be very cheap to sign, but I don't know how he's going to get paid a lot of money. His statistics were fucking nothing last year. The last 2 years, I mean, what has he done? Not saying he hasn't done anything as in he's been useless. He's been, Jahan Dotson's the main reason why you can move AJ and Devontae to the inside, because these defenses still have to respect Jahan Dotson and his speed. He's a first-round talent. You know what I mean? Slick says, trade AJ for a second-round pick inside Romeo Doubs to our second receiver, or Devontae, our one. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. There's a couple Green Bay tight ends behind their number one tight end that are becoming free agents. So he's gonna look at Green Bay probably for a lot of some players that are out there. So we'll see. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? What's up, Sue? Billy says we can't draft wide receivers, Macklin, D. Jackson, Smitty since 2009. Sue says if we trade AJ, maybe we trade up for Lehman or Tyson. Oh, that would be pretty fucking good. Look, I mean I feel like they need 2 selections in that first round, and obviously one of those picks has to be an offensive lineman. I mean, if you guys didn't see, okay, I think Chase Senior put this up. I think today I saw. So Lane Johnson is. Why is this? Okay. Lane Johnson's coming back. There was a video that came out. I don't know why this. Okay, why is this doing it? There was a video that came out of Landon Dickerson. He made some like TikTok. Look at him. He's like running around his fucking house. Like, there's been these rumors that Dickerson's going to retire. His NFL fucking career is over with. And he's out making this fucking TikTok, just like running around the house. And I mean, he's not really even being careful. I mean, he's fucking running through the hallways, up the stairs, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I know that's what he's doing. So I don't know how hurt he is or what's going on with his health, or, you know, he didn't say some great things after that post game against the 49ers after that wild card game. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Lane Johnson's coming back, but as for of Lane, you know, if Dickerson's gone, like, it changes the draft. Like the draft, like, there's no one in this room right now that can play left guard. The draft is completely fucking different now. Once Dickerson's gone, so Ron says Super Bowl window is wide open again without KP. It definitely helped. That's for damn sure. And Tony Williams is a solid choice you could get in the second round. Yeah. Look, we're going to be going over a lot of draft stuff. I've been going over the draft stuff lightly as of right now, so I'm kind of still going through it. The next few weeks, obviously, by the end of February, we'll be more on task with everything. So, Mike said, Joey, what do you think we do at tight end if Goddard leaves? Major hole for us at tight end. I mean, day 2 of the draft, I know there's a few tight ends that are still out there that could start day 1. You know, I don't know what other direction they're going to go in. I mean, depth is going to be depth at the end of the day. I just don't know. Is my camera looking all fuzzy, or is that just me? No, maybe it's just I didn't recalibrate it. Oh well. I just don't know if they're going to re-sign Dallas Goedert. I mean, he's going to want a big chunk 1-year deal, and I don't think the Eagles are in the mix to do that. We still haven't freed up any cap space yet. We only have like $20.5 million, $20.2 million. So Hurts's contract, obviously, they're going to have to do something to it. They could save over like $20 million with that signing, which is fine. You know, like, I got no problem with it. That's an easy contract to do. Like, there's going to be no problems doing anything to Jalen Hurts' contract. So we'll see. Yo, Rocky, appreciate the super chat. Yeah, he says, would you sign Njoku? Yeah, I heard Njoku is going to be he's a free agent now, right? Yeah, he wouldn't be bad. How much does he want? Is he going to get more than Dallas Goedert? I don't know. I wouldn't mind him at all. Got speed, he's got size. Catch radius is great, you know? But I like Goddard better, though. I like Goddard better than him, though. If I was to bring, if you're going to sign Njoku, I would bring Goddard back for a year or two. You know what I mean? But it's not a bad one, though. Philly 406, I don't see Dickerson walking away from all that money. If he does, I'm sure his wife will have something to say about that. Yeah. We've heard nothing on Dickerson. We've heard absolutely nothing. So, Russell Johnson staying for 1 more year would be nice and can help whatever offensive lineman we draft. Yeah, that would help. And if they draft an offensive lineman, maybe that could play right guard and maybe put him out to right tackle. That would be cool too. So if you draft a primary right tackle, right, and they have enough of and it just sucks that Jeff Stalin isn't fucking here because we really need him. It's unfortunate. You know, now you could at least maybe move somebody around from right guard, and then when Lane is gone, maybe you put him at right tackle. Now, Mekhi Becton is going to be an interesting one, and it probably will not take much to sign him. So that could be a potential. I mean, he's 26 years old now, so he's just getting into his prime. So if you want to keep him for like 3 years, not get, you know what I mean? Like, I can't see him getting a shit ton of money. I mean, he might just come back to the Eagles for a little bit cheap and just say, look, I just want to be back with a team that I know is going to go places, and he wants to be back with his guys. And, you know, we'll see how it goes, because Mekhi Becton did hired a new agent by the middle part of the season. And it looks like he's going to get released by the Chargers. That's the rumor right now. He's still on contract for another year. So we'll see how it goes. Guy says, would love Becton back. When 2K says they ran behind Becton, it was an automatic touchdown. That's definitely true. That's definitely true. The death treat one. What's going on, man? Appreciate the super chat so much, buddy. He says, what do you think what do you think what it takes to get Crosby? Could they move Nolan Smith and some picks? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like taking on that contract, I don't know what's due on Crosby's contract as of right now. I don't even fucking know. I don't even know what's due on that contract as of right now. I wish I had the answer for that. I don't know. I would have to look at this contract because I really don't know. Like, how much dead cap would the Raiders be taking on? You know what I mean? You get Crosby in the building, this fucking defense is going to go out of its mind. I mean, you're talking getting Crosby in here and not Jalen Phillips, then fine, but yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. There's going to be some maneuvering around with that. Maybe they redo his deal. What is he, 28 years old? I mean, he's still relatively young in his prime, so I mean, maybe there's some wiggle room for it, but I just don't see it happening. I don't know, but I could be wrong. Ron, what's going on? Appreciate the super chat, by the way, buddy. Brown says, Joey, with the offensive line help we desperately need, you think we'll look for CB2 at free agency instead of the draft? Goddard should get an extension. I don't know. We would get Sadiq at 23 unless we trade up. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's available when it comes to free agency. I mean, the one position you should stay away from in free agency is cornerback. I mean, you're talking like mid-tier player getting a lot of money. Cornerback is the worst spot to look at in free agency unless you're getting like a veteran. Like an Adoree Jackson signing or something like that that's going to be really fucking cheap. Like, I don't even know how much money they're going to put into that spot, to be honest with you. Or they wait in the draft on day 2 or in the first round. I don't know. I think offensive line has got to be the number 1 pick of this draft. There's no doubt about it. Goddard, it just depends on what he wants money-wise. I mean, the Eagles don't have much fucking cap right now. They got to make some room. The Eagles don't restructure contracts like they used to because the Eagles have been drafting well. The more you draft well, the less restructures. The more you draft well, the more cap space potential you could have for the future if those players work out. So the Eagles have been doing well the last few years, putting a lot of compensation to the defense. Now we're going to be doing a complete fucking 180, and we're going to be putting money into the offense. Sorry, putting more of draft compensation to the offense than the defense. So, I don't know. Free agency will tell us the first month of free agency. Obviously, the first few weeks, it will tell us where we're at, what positions are completely fucking empty. So we'll see how it goes. Rock with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. Says, I think Howie is going to go after him or Garrett. Interesting. Garrett as well? I think we're off this fucking train. I mean, Garrett just got paid. Like, I don't get it. Like both those guys just got paid. How do you take on a contract like that? You know what I mean? And if that team is letting them go, there's no way they're getting scot-free off that contract. Like, there's got to be a shit ton of dead money involved. But I guess we'll see, though. Appreciate the super chat, Rocky. Red Vapor 13 with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. He says, what about Justin Simmons? I think I'm kind of off that train now. For me in general, I think the Eagles could draft another safety, sure. Potentially, I like Marcus Epps. It's fucking weird, man. But Epps got into that Chargers game. I thought he actually played really fucking well at the end of the season. I thought he played really good. I mean, as long as Epps can stay healthy, because the only issue with Epps is he just can never stay on his own 2 feet. He came off an ACL injury with the Raiders as soon as he got to Philadelphia. So, and he got hurt again, and then he came off, played in that Chargers game. I mean, he would be a nice Band-Aid signing for us and put him next to Makuba. I mean, I don't think Makuba's going to take that leadership role at safety. I think he's missed a lot of time. He missed half the season, with an injury at the end of the season. So, Justin Simmons, sure. They could. He wouldn't be too expensive, but I got to say, like, Marcus Epps wasn't that bad either. I thought he was technical with his tackles, his tackling. I thought he was really good, really good. So it's not that I want to put a Band-Aid on it so much as that, I don't know. Because we can only draft so many guys. And what position out there do you just want to re-sign a free agent to that plays solid? Reed Blankenship at this point, if he leaves, he's probably going to Dean or Blankenship's going to Dallas. Okay. Reed Blankenship isn't phenomenal. He's not bad. He's a solid fucking safety. He's only going to give you 2 interceptions a year type guy. That's what he is. That's it. He's not Ed Reed. Okay. He's Reed Blankenship. He's a solid safety. He doesn't change our defense like Nakobe Dean does. He doesn't do, but he's productive, I'm not doing okay now with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. He says, Joey, I heard the news and just had to throw something on the grill to celebrate. Wide receiver coach next, please. Well, let me know what you're making on the grill, because I'm pretty fucking hungry right now. So if you want to send some of that over, because I love barbecue. I love all that shit. So you want to send some shit over, let me know what you're making. It's a good day. Look, we've had a lot of bad fucking days this offseason. I don't know, like between there's we didn't expect this much change. We have more change than we realized that we were going to get. A lot more than we realized, so, but we'll see. We're changing. We're rebuilding this offense from the ground up, which is great. Let's see. J62 Moon, what's going on, buddy? Do we extend Hurts? Would be run it for $50 million a year. He's been paid already. Well, his cap hit this year is like $31 million. For 26. He's on contract involving this year. He's still on contract for 3 years, something like that. If they restructure or extend him, which, you add some voided years, it's a loophole fucking deal. It takes 2 seconds. The Eagles will save over $20 million in cap space just by the Jalen Hurts move alone. Okay. So having over $40 million in cap space, it's nice. It's a nice little chunk. Got to remember, like the draft, you need $8 to $10 million, something like that. So you got to be, that's the easiest one to do. So I don't think it's going to be, it's not going to be bad. I think it's going to work out pretty good. But they better do it soon, because $20.2 million, you can't do much with that. Patrick Farah, 7584 with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, O-line, our best player available. Sadiq could flourish at a 12 personnel offense if we keep Goddard another year. Hey, look, if that's what they want to do, I'd be perfectly fine with it. Okay? It's always best player available. You know what I mean? And that's where you try not to have so many fucking holes to where you get into this draft, and that's been one of our biggest problems before a few years ago. Okay? We were even after the 17 Super Bowl, what caught up to us was we kept restructuring, we kept extending players for past accomplishments, and we were failing draft after draft. Besides the 18 draft, which was 18 or 19, which was Goddard, Miles Sanders, because those picks, Avonte Maddox, those picks somewhat worked out for us. So, Sadiq is, if they were able to get his hands on him, shit. I can't complain about that. I'm on board with either or. I still feel like they should have 2 selections in that first round, but I guess we'll see. We'll see. J62 Moon said, I feel like the Eagles should have learned more into being Super Bowl defenders rather than it's a new year to be the king, gotta beat the king. Yeah, I get that. We're going to find out this new philosophy that's going around this offense and what Mannion's going to bring to the table. I can't wait to hear from him to see what his plan is. We're not going to get too much information, but Sirianni has done nothing but hire or retain 3 coaches. That's it. I mean, he's had a say in Mannion's hiring, but let's just be real here. Jeffrey Lurie probably hired this guy. I mean, Jeffrey Lurie loves to hire these coaches that have no experience. He likes to hire the inventive coach, okay, that is going to turn a franchise around. Doug Peterson was not even on the radar. Okay. Nick Sirianni was not even, we barely even interviewed anybody else. And Frank Reich was like, here's Nick Sirianni, have fun. Okay. And now potentially this could be, look, you got a guy that never played, because of no play calls from Andy Reid with Green Bay. I mean, we had him for a decade and a half. I mean, I think this was a Jeffrey Lurie type hiring, to be honest with you. Nick probably had a say in it, but what has Nick done in this entire process? Little to nothing. He's had so much less power than he realized. He couldn't even keep Kevin Patullo in the building. Kind of nuts when you think about it. Jemai said Hurts' extension depends on how well he does in the offense in the next 2 years. I could see them extending him without seeing the results, especially with that no trade clause. Can't do none of it. Well, I mean, look, there's loopholes around extending quarterbacks with voided years, and that's a contract that is not going to hurt them. The more they extend them, the lesser these cap hits are going to be. And obviously, like in the next few years, they're going to be prepared for, once they move on from Hurts, whether he's still on contract or not, that they'll be accessible to make sure that their cap is in a good situation where they turn to get another quarterback if, they need to do that in the future. So I'm not even worried about that right now. I think you have I would say they could have another 3 years with Hurts right now. Probably, depending on how they draft and depending how this quarterback, and really on this coordinator and how everything kind of comes together, that's where it's going to make the big difference. So we'll see. Suo says Max Crosby should be number 1 priority. Damn. Is it even possible to fucking get him? I just don't get it, dude. I would be, dude, I'm not even kidding. Somebody said it earlier in the stream, I wouldn't even mind trading if you want to put in fucking Max Crosby and you want to trade Nolan Smith there, you have a new head coach. You have a new head coach over in LA right now, and they can have Nolan Smith for a fucking year and then pay him probably a lesser contract. I would probably pull the trigger. Look, do we need Nolan Smith this year? You could replace Nolan Smith with Crosby. It's a totally different fucking situation. Okay. So it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. The thing with the new scheme is that you don't really need a superstar receiver like a Jefferson or Chase. Look at the 49ers and Rams. Rams have Puka, who they got in the 5th round. Yeah, they got lucky with him. That's just, they got him and boom. He's a fucking star. He's a fucking star. You don't need good receivers. Puka's a great receiver. He's the only good receiver that's really there. Everyone else is just complimenting off of what Puka does offensively. So, I don't know, man. I think you're kind of right, but kind of wrong at the same time. Not in a bad way, but I'm saying we blow out teams. I'm talking about the Eagles have. There's not a lot of teams out there that have an AJ Brown and a Devontae Smith. And you see teams with superstar receivers, you see the Cincinnati Bengals, 2 fucking receivers making making a shit ton of money. Okay. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are making so much fucking money, taking up so much cap. You have Justin Jefferson that just is in a bad situation. It's just in a horrible situation. So He is but good, but not the same regard as we did hold those two guys I met. Yeah, exactly. No, I completely get it. So, but as usual, I have to see them take the field at least 5 games. Yeah, we need to give this 5, 6 weeks. I mean, we need to. Don't take preseason so fucking serious because you're not scheming against another team. Like, you want to see how shit looks and you want to see how the offense looks. Okay, whether you win the game or not. You just want to see, like, is there motion? What are they doing? I mean, there's a whole bunch of shit that we're going to be looking at. So, Nathan, what's going on, buddy? He said the Sirianni chapter needs to be over. He's a shit stain on the team's legacy. Yes, I understand the Super Bowl victory during his tenure is an even greater tribute to the skill of the players. And yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm not a fan of Sirianni at all. I'm really not. He's been hurting this team more than helping this team, unfortunately. So as if we lose AJ Smith, he would be enough if we draft Sadiq and maybe a wide receiver in later rounds. Yeah. I mean, look, guys. I mean, we might have the. I mean, look, if they trade AJ Gray, I mean, look, there's a different combination of things that could happen between now and the draft. That if you trade AJ, it's going to lead to better moves, whether it's this year or next year. A lot of teams don't have a Devontae Smith and an AJ Brown to a 1A to a 1B receiver. So Mannion might say, nah, we don't need, like, not saying he doesn't need all the firepower, but he might look at AJ's contract and be like, Devontae Smith is the type of receiver I want here, but AJ Brown, like, we can get somebody that doesn't need to get paid that much, and we can get somebody that necessarily, maybe it's just not a guy that fits in what he wants to do. I mean, I don't know. It could be a number of different fucking things, Brian says, get Crosby and re-sign Phillips and draft Terrell from Clemson. My God, Vic will be scary as DC. Well, yeah, they're not gonna sign Crosby and Phillips. That's impossible. That, I'll tell you, will never happen. I mean, you're either gonna. I don't know where the Crosby stuff is coming from. I don't know. Everyone's talking about it. I don't know why. I've seen no reports on it. I've seen not even a rumor about it. I mean, every time I see Crosby on fucking TV, he's laughing at trade rumors. Every time someone mentions him getting moved, he fucking laughs about it like it's the biggest fucking joke. So I don't know. Whoever's talking about it, whether it's a third party of news that, I every time I put something out there, I always say, even if it's my opinion or it's third party, or usually I'll say, hey, take this news with a grain of salt because I don't really know, so we'll see. Ron Alp, what's going on, buddy? So we trade AJ. Mannion is going to bring in Romeo Dobbs for the number 2. He loves him. Gizzard will bring Ted Johnson from Tampa to replace Dotson. No, Ted Johnson wouldn't be either. Yeah, Grizzard is gonna. Yeah, man, they gotta hire this QB coach. They haven't hired their QB coach yet. I hope they hired that Greg Olson guy from the Raiders. I mean, he's got like 40 years of coaching experience. He's been coaching since like 1990. He's been a QB coach for 13 years. He's been an offensive coordinator for 14 years. So we'll see. Does it might actually help Hurts not having 2 studs who want the ball? Yeah, and I think that's why it's so fucking rare. Do you have 2 guys? And Smitty never says a fucking word unless he has to. And you know what? I wonder if, like, that's what Mannion is thinking right now. He's getting feedback on AJ Brown. Like, this is what happened during the year, blah, blah, blah. These are 2 superstars that want the ball, and he might cut the plug, maybe. I don't know. I mean, look, from how AJ is sounding right now, he's not getting traded. But as soon as something goes wrong, the Eagles can win a game 40 to fucking nothing. And if AJ has like 1 reception, it's a fucking problem. And I don't like that. If they're winning games and if AJ is not getting the ball, he's helping the team in general just because he's either a decoy or maybe the matchup doesn't favor him. Whatever, and they see another matchup that works within a game. I mean, that's really actually Suo. That's actually a really good statement, to be honest. See. They said, what's his Buccaneers runs a lot of two tight end stuff a lot in his run game, although some people seem to love it. Really doesn't impress. It doesn't really impress me. Well, let me tell you something. He thrived as a pass game coordinator in 23 with Tampa Bay. Okay. He led the league in third down conversions at 50.9% for Tampa. Number one in the league in 2023, which is a stat that I absolutely love because damn. So they know how to run these third down situations. How many times the Eagles are running a fucking run with Barkley up the middle into a wall, or they put in fucking Will Shipley, or they run an out route to the fucking sideline, or a stupid screen pass to Devontae Smith, or something that makes no fucking sense. It's fucking it's fucking 2nd and 1, and they pass it 3 fucking times with 1 yard in front of them. It's just there's just shit like that just annoys me. I mean, I just can't see us getting a 1 for AJ when that's what we got for him for. Rarely do you get back what you gave up. Well, I mean, he's definitely worth a fucking 1, but you have to trade him to a team that's horrible with a lot of picks. You got to trade him to a shitty team with a lot of picks. You trade him to a good team, you're not going to get that. You trade him to a good team, I want a player in return. When it comes to A.J. Brown, if they can't get a first-round pick, I want a mid-round pick for this year. I want a day 2 pick for the future for 27. Okay, I want a second-round pick for 27, a mid-round pick for 26, and I want a player on a rookie contract that can play right now. I want picks, and I want a player. That's what I want. Okay, the fucking combine is at the end of this month. That is the time where GMs and owners come together and they talk about, potential trades. This is where the negotiations lightly start to happen. They're not obviously official, but that's where things start to happen. So, you know what I mean? I'm asking for a fucking player and a mid-round pick and a player. Like a day 1 starter, like a guy that's on his like rookie deal still for like 2 years at least. I don't know, something like that. Or a player that just got a new contract, but it's not a horrifying contract where the Eagles can't extend them or do something with it. So, yeah, there's probably a lot of teams that won't give it up. But you never know. You never know. Nate says, I feel like losing Stalin is getting glossed over a little bit. I have a bad feeling that it's not about last year. It's about the year, if you catch what I'm saying. Well, it possibly could be. There's a lot of reasons. I mean, I don't even know if it was partially just because of Nick and Patulo and kind of leaving a bad taste in his mouth last year. I mean, something must have happened that was just off the chains, just not great. I don't know what happened. If it's not Nick and Patulo, then what is it? I mean, I know like there was a point where maybe his health, or maybe I don't know. It could be of a lot of different things. Like. He doesn't even talk to his offensive lineman before he even leaves. I mean, he just like left and then he talked to Mulata, and then everyone was just completely fucking upset. So, I mean, the difference with Stoutland being here is that he was very involved in the draft. The problem we have right now is we don't have a guy that's literally trusted for offensive linemen to run that draft. Maybe there is. Maybe Mannion has trust in this guy from the Vikings. I don't know. But that guy from the Vikings, how much control does he have? He's not a GM. He's not picking the players that he wants. I mean, there's only a very few fucking position coaches that really have a say in who they want in the draft. Howie Roseman always left when it came to the offensive line department and going into the draft. Stalin had a lot of say into a lot of those fucking offensive line picks. So, the truth that the Giants are interested? I mean, there's going to be a million teams interested. Probably. So, trust me. He'll have a college job. He'll have a fucking NFL job. I mean, he'll have a job easily. I mean, give it time. He will have it. Joe Bird said, "What's Walker Jacksonville contract situation? How are he getting them dogs back? I think they're getting. I think he's on a new contract. Didn't they put the tag on him or the Trevon Walker? Didn't they put a tag? They did something. I know. He's going to be impossible to get now. I think so. I think it's kind of impossible. Philly John says, "Go get Max Crosby." Dan asks, "Because we need to keep Sirianni. Have faith." Well, they're keeping Sirianni, so we have no choice for this year. So I would grab Becton if he's going to be cheap. I don't see why not. I would grab him. Honestly, he ain't going to be expensive. He will come back. He'll try to figure out some type of deal to have happen. Rise of Stalin and Fangio had a lot of say in the draft. Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, Fangio did too, and he will continue to do so. I don't want the next 3 to 5 years now we're going to be dealing with an offensive line issue every fucking year because we're not used to that. And we weren't used to that this year. Since like the second to third game of the season, we've been dealing with offensive line issues all year. So J26 says, reports say Max told Tom Brady he'll never play for another snap for the Raiders again. It was on ESPN. Fucking send me that put that link in the chat. I want to see that. I want to see that. Billy says, sorry, Dan. Nick is a clown. Couldn't fix the D in 23. Couldn't fix the offense in 25. Just a rant guy. He said, Joe, you think Harbaugh will make Giants great again? I mean, I guess from a culture standpoint, sure. But I mean, he never got the coordinator that he wanted over there in Todd Monken. And I mean, Matt Nagy's over there. But how long is he going to be there for? Probably not fucking long. If he does well, he's going to be a head coach within a year or two. You know what I mean? Short-term success. I mean, that's going to be maybe. I mean, Giant fans think it's so fucking easy. Like, they think they just get John Harbaugh in there. Like, everything's going to be fucking like, everything's going to be fucking back. They're going to be contenders again. I mean, I don't think they really know what it takes to even win as of recent. Yeah, they've won a couple championships in a few years of span of time, but it's been a while, In today's NFL now, it's not fucking easy anymore. You know what I mean? It's not easy. Dave said we haven't drafted a decent offensive lineman since Jurgens. Well, I mean, we haven't really felt the. Yeah, I mean, we really haven't. They haven't really attempted to draft. I mean, they've drafted a lot of guys in the 5th, 6th, 7th round. I mean, when's the last time the Eagles actually paid? I'm talking like, when's the last time the Eagles went into free agency to pay an offensive lineman? Long time, and that's a really good thing. That really should. Who's the last offensive lineman that we got in free agency? I'm talking big money. What, Brandon Brooks? I mean, that had to have been the last one, right? I'm not talking about extensions. I'm talking about like literally going to free agency and paying a guy a shit ton of money. It's been a long time. A long time. I think it was Brandon Brooks. I'm trying to remember who the fuck else they've paid a lot of money to besides extensions. It's been a while. Sirianni has no answers for anything. Nah, he's a waste of time. He's a waste of time. Billy John says, hey, Joey, what about Trey Hendrickson? Trey Hendrickson? Probably not. Let's see. Rocky with the super chat says Courtland Sutton is a free agent too. Just announced. Oh, shit. Other guy. How old is he? How old is Courtland Sutton, by the way? I see that there's guys available. It's just like the whole problem with the offense. Like if you're talking like Courtland Sutton as a number 3 guy, I mean that just depends. We're talking if AJ is actually traded. So I don't know. Damn. John Runyon, I believe, when we got him from Tennessee. Sutton ain't leaving Denver. Dave says, I trade AJ, Michael Carter, and Nolan Smith for Max and then sign Dubes all day, every day. Oh, yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be horrible. I probably wouldn't even mind that. I mean, the only issue with not having Michael Carter's cheap for this year, but you have no backup at inside corner. Like, if knock on wood, if DeJean ever went down, we're fucked. Like, we're screwed at that inside spot. They have no depth at the inside corner spot. There's not a lot of players could fucking play that position. And that's a whole nother fucking. We still have Johnny Wilson, who was balling. Bro, I fucking love Johnny Wilson. Pause. I was rooting for that kid so fucking bad. I really was, man. I was rooting for him. I was so excited, you know? It sucks. Really does. Really, really, really sucks. But, hopefully he'll come back. I mean, guy's almost like 6'7". I mean, fuck, man. He could turn into something, that would be great. Even as a fucking tight end, he would be. I mean, I don't know why they never put him there, but. Guy's a troll. This guy's a troll. Pretty bad one. How is he the reason? What did he contribute besides cheering and wearing? Don't fall for it. He's just trolling. He's being a moron. So it says it did suck. He was mossing everyone. 7-1 wing spring. Yeah, he's got long fucking arms. Chris says I also worry about Barkley fitting this scheme. Yeah. And like Barkley is gonna retire at some point too. He's just gonna flat out be like, I'm done. He got hit a lot last year. He got hit. 24, he barely got hit. Ran between the tackles, like he barely got hit. He was able to stay healthy in 24, but 25, he got dinged up, and I mean, he got dinged up a little bit last year. That's what happens, Well, so Joey, we need to bring Isaac Samalo back. He is a free agent. People are forgetting he was a starter in 22 Super Bowl before we even knew about Makai. Yeah. I didn't know if he was a free agent or not, but he did well. He did really good for us. He did really well for us. Yeah, Darius Cooper. I want to see Darius Cooper as well. I want to see Darius Cooper in camp and compete for that number 3 spot. I like Cooper a lot. Got a lot of twitch, got explosiveness off the line. He's so good in open space. He could turn direction, open space with the ball in his hands. I mean, loved his tape in preseason. So, loved it. We got Eagles fan Clark with the super chat. Appreciate it so much, buddy. He says, bye-bye, KP. Thank God. Fuck yeah, dude. Thank the Lord, man. Very happy. Very happy. It's a good day. This all season has been a lot of bad fucking days. I mean, it depends how you really take some of the moves that the Eagles made, but the Eagles have changed so much to the point where, man, we are really changing things offensively. They are turning this offensive staff like upside down, hopefully for the positive, Hopefully. You're praying, Oh, that's my what's it called? Never mind. I just took the wrong screen out. Okay, we're good. So we need to draft a yak guy for the new system. Yeah, we need somebody that has speed and open space, and yeah, it'd be nice. So we'll find out. There's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be crazy. The next once March hits, we're gonna be streaming every day for 2 weeks straight, at least, to kind of go through every day of free agency, see what's going on. Especially the first few days, it's gonna be kind of nuts. The Eagles are usually quiet, but I wonder if they're not gonna be quiet as much. Kevin says, Joey, what do you think of this? The solution to all of our O-line injuries, inconsistency on the line system to lead to poor execution with the offense. entirely, no. No. There's been some bad play calls as well. So don't I know people are gonna this is the shit that I can't stand getting into people with. Like people are insinuating like, well, they didn't really play well that, the offensive line. Yeah, I understand that 100%. So I don't ever want to hear one fucking person, and I'm sorry, but this is something that I will not accept. If one person says that this coaching staff is the least of the fucking blame to why they haven't done shit this fucking year, I don't even want to fucking hear that at all. There's blame with everybody. But the number one problem is the fucking coaching staff. 100%. Yes, there has been plays where guys weren't holding their blocks. Guys haven't been fucking healthy all year. Completely get that. Some plays were a result of the offensive line not playing well. But is it the main problem? No. No. You'll say the worst move, just like CJ is Stoutland. Yeah, that move I never even fucking got. And then because they got rid of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, they had to go out and get a fucking safety, like immediately, unfortunately. So. No, you're good. It's just when people word things like that, Timothy. It's like when people word things like that. I've had fights with millions of people during the season after these fucking games, and like, I get that. I get all of that. You say I totally agree. I wasn't looking to place blame now, but we got rid of our numbers one issue. I just wanted to address the next. No, that's perfectly fine. The offensive line is a fucking issue. It's a fucking issue. Like Juergens, how the fuck did he make a Pro Bowl? I mean, Juergens, the one that I'm very upset about is Cam Juergens. He looked fucking horrible. I mean, I'm not a big Tyler Steen fan. Lane Johnson missed half the fucking season. And, well, not half the season, but missed a quality amount of games that we needed him for. Mulata had an off year. I mean, not everybody has an off year, but when your offense looks predictable, and these defenses have a get off every fucking time. When you're not tricking the defense, your offense is going to be more vulnerable to fucking injuries because the defense has the upper hand, especially not only running a predictable offense, getting to the fucking line, not getting set, not getting the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands with fucking 3 seconds left. That didn't help the situation either. There's a lot of issues. Odds, I do feel like we need to draft linemen early rounds. We haven't in a while, and it showed. If healthy, I do think run game is a little better. I agree. They need a right guard right now, I think, and they need to see the health of these fucking guys. Like, how is Cam Juergens feeling going into the end? I was relieved they were a one and done in the playoffs. I was relieved, bro. I didn't want to watch this shit anymore. I'm sorry, but there's no way the Eagles were going to scrape and crawl to a fucking Super Bowl game. It wasn't going to happen. They weren't going to get to they weren't going to beat the fucking Bears at Soldier Field. It was never going to fucking happen. Right guard is definitely an issue. Left guard is, Dickerson is the big question right now. Lane Johnson's coming back. Dickerson, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Dickerson. I'm hoping, something. I don't know. I'm hoping he comes back, and he better, hopefully we get some news soon on that. Hopefully. So. The O-line regressed? Yeah, that's fine. The O-line regressed in 1 year out of how many years? I mean, and it's not a bad thing. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But that's just where we're at, Be a right tackle, left guard. Yeah, I mean, we don't need a right tackle this year, but we're going to need one after this year. I mean, look, if they have a plan to draft a guy that can play right guard next to Lane, learn from Lane, and then go to that right tackle spot when Lane retires, then I'm perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine with that. Make Steen the backup right guard. I don't even fucking care at this point. But Dickerson and Cam Jurgens, Mulata, I'm okay with. I don't think Mulata has a huge issue, but Dickerson and fucking Jurgens are like my big fucking problems right now. Right now. So Nate says we weren't beating the Bears. No, we were going to the Seahawks for sure. It was a mercy kill. It wasn't gonna happen. I wasn't even mad. Like I'm mad. I'm like when they lost the playoff game. I was mad at the entire season. I wasn't even mad they lost the game. I was like, fucking put us out of our miseries because, like, why? I mean, why even fucking, like, who wants to watch that? I mean, we were home. I mean, being home wasn't going to save us. I mean, it wasn't. Come on now. The fucking 49ers blew their fucking load pretty much, destroyed us, and then they got their asses handed to them the week after. Like, easily. That's how bad we were. That's how bad it looked. You know what I mean? So it's tough. It's a very tough situation because I'm very upset that Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman allowed this head coach to have the control he had. You know, you haven't learned from your last two fucking mistakes of promoting from within and getting nowhere and having these collapsing fucking seasons. Then I don't know what to tell you. This fucking Mannion better work out because if it doesn't, we are fucked. We are screwed. But all I've been hearing, this Mannion glaze from a lot of NFL outlets, a lot of people that know Mannion, from LaFleur to fucking, I mean, to McDaniel, to all these fucking coaches. I mean, he's getting a lot of praise. When that guy gets his opportunity, he's going to fucking run with it. I'm telling you, like, that's good. I'm glad that I don't think people are just throwing, like, compliments at him just because they're throwing compliments. Like, I think they actually mean these compliments. Like, I don't think it's, you know. Chris got to sign Woolen. We don't need to draft a cornerback early. Yeah, Woolen's going to be a free agent. He's what, 20? He's old, isn't he? I mean, he's not old, but he's what? He's got to be like 29, 30 right now. I don't like signing free agent corners either. I'm fucking I was as much as I was traumatized of 2020. I was traumatized when in the Chip Kelly era when they fucking signed that piece of fucking garbage. That fucking I forgot his name. I haven't even talked about him in so many years. The guy from Seattle that they signed the big money after that shit. Oh man. Those were, Jesus. I can't even. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, he's 24. I thought he was older. Really? Oh, I thought he was older. All right, I'm wrong. I'm wrong then. I thought Woolen was. If we're talking about the same guy, so that'd be good. That'd be really good. Oh yeah, Namdi. Yeah. That fucking dude from Seattle, fucking, and all. I remember for so many years they would sign these broken down fucking veteran corners. The dude from fucking Buffalo, remember that corner from Buffalo we signed? I forgot his fucking name from a long time ago. He was horrible. Bradley Fletcher was fucking horrible. Who can't remember the fucking game where he got duped on by fucking what's his face? Versus the Cowboys, fucking 3-4 touchdowns straight. Yeah, Byron Maxwell. Fuck that. Yeah, Bradley Fletcher. The other, who's the other guy? Not Carrie Carrie Williams. Carrie Williams' name was. Yeah, Slay was great. Slay was great. We got Slay at the right time. We got Slay at the right time when we traded for him. We just needed to build that defense more. Like we just needed then we had an issue with finding a fucking coordinator. That 23 travesty, we had no leadership, no self-urgency. we signed that piece of shit and Sean Desai. Then we went off with Matt Patricia and fired him. I mean, it was just crazy. Yeah, Darby wasn't horrible. I thought with Darby the problem is with Mills and Darby, like even for 17, like they weren't the best, but I mean we had a monster defensive line that masked. We had a monster defensive line, and we had a really. I mean Malcolm Jenkins. I mean he fucking lined up anywhere on the field every single week. So he bandaged a lot of the weaknesses to our defense that yeah, Sidney Jones, fucking waste of a pick that was coming off a fucking ACL, whatever it was. So, Dan said, I'm really shocked Gann and Patulo are still getting jobs. Like, at what point do you wash out? NFL needs some fresh flood in the coaching area, maybe some. Well, here, I'll tell you this. You're looking for the Eagles, so you're looking for a washout because all these coaches are going to go somewhere and be there for a year, and go somewhere else and be there for a year, and go somewhere else, and that's what it is. No one took the fucking Eagles job for that specific reason because they get no credit. They have no job security for a few years, and they have no credit because the roster is already fucking built. Like Brian Daboll goes to Tennessee to build that quarterback, to build around that quarterback and get that offense back to where it should be. The Eagles are washing out at coordinator. They're hiring a fucking no name. They're hiring a fucking mystery name that potentially could be a fresh coach that comes in that becomes the head coach in a couple of years. The Eagles have started the washout. And now hired somebody that they're going to let this guy kind of invent himself now. So, what about Josh Jobe? Yeah, that happens, man. Josh Jobe was on the practice squad, backup corner. We had Amendola wasn't Amendola on our fucking practice squad before he went to the Patriots and thrived. I think he was like a backup wide receiver, or maybe he was a quarterback. He was something on the practice squad like years ago. It happens. It just happens. It is what it is. No, he was definitely not the same, no. The Eagles took a chance at, pick 52, 53? Yeah, that didn't work out. If Reed walked, would you sign CJ? I don't even know if CJ would want to come back, bro. Honestly. I don't even fucking know. So, other than that, I think that's going to be it. I kind of want to do like an hour stream. I'm not feeling good today. I'm going to probably go to bed soon because I was supposed to be in bed a few hours ago, and then this stuff came up, and I kind of want to do something. So, yeah, I mean, any plans for the off-season stuff? I don't know yet. I mean, I kind of do know, but I'm kind of keeping things under wraps because I want to be like sure on some things that are going on. So I'm not really sure, but make sure to check out. Just click on the video that I just click on the video that I just put out today because there's more news of what's been going on. So the video I just uploaded today, definitely go check that out. I appreciate all the super chats, all the support from all of you guys today. I appreciate it so much. And you guys enjoy the rest of your night. So I'll have videos out the rest of the week. And Friday is Friday the 13th, by the way. That's like my holiday. That's like my holiday. But yeah, we'll be back soon. And we'll have some news on some other stuff too, really soon. All right. Love you all. I'll see you guys on the next